Let it go, let it go. Don't hold it back anymore. Yeah. Hey guys, it's Meredith. Welcome back to my channel. So if you can't tell from obviously the title of this video and from what I look like right now, I'm doing a tutorial on how to do Elsa's wonderful Disney princess makeup. I wanted to do something for Halloween. If you'd like to see how I got this Disney inspired Elsa makeup look, then please stick around and I'm gonna get into the video. I just want to show you guys the picture I'm using. Here's a picture of Elsa. I am using this to go off of for my makeup. I haven't really looked at any other YouTubers' way of doing this, so this is just me doing my own interpretation of it. The first thing I'm going to be doing is priming my face. So I'm just going to use this primer that I ordered from a friend who sells her own makeup line. I'm just putting out a little bit in my hand. Any primer will do. I'm just going to rub this all over my face. And I'm going to be using a paler foundation today than actually what matches my skin. So if you can tell that this is paler than what my skin is, I'm doing it on purpose. I'm using a little bit paler of a foundation since Elsa is so white as snow, as she should be. So I'm going to be using the Kat Von D Lock-It Foundation in the color Light, which is the number 42. And this is actually a shade lighter than what I wear in Kat Von D. I wear 44, but I wanted to be really pale for this look. So I just went and got a little sample from Sephora. That's what I'm going to be using. So I'm gonna go and just dab this little dots all over my face. And this is a really full coverage foundation. This foundation is super thick, so this should be really giving me the color payoff that I'm looking for. Now I'm going to blend that all out with my Beauty Blender. Okay, so now that I have blended out all of that Kat Von D foundation, I'm going to go in and do a little bit of color correcting under my eyes with my Makeup Revolution color correcting palette. This right here, and I'm just going to go in with this peach color and this peach color directly underneath my under eye area. Now I'm going in with my CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous Concealer in the color Fair. It's this right here. I'm going over the top of where I placed my dark circle corrector. I'm also going to put a little bit down the sides of my cheeks right here, a little bit on my chin, and then a little bit on the center of my forehead. Now I'm just going to blend all of that out with my damp Beauty Blender. Now I'm just going to take that same damp Beauty Blender that I've been using this whole time, and I'm going to take some translucent powder. This is the NYX HD Studio Photogenic Translucent No Color Powder, and I'm just going to go directly into the powder with my damp Beauty Blender. And I'm going to be setting my entire face with the translucent powder. Okay, so now that I have set my entire face with the translucent powder by NYX, I am going to start on my eyes and finish up the rest of my face later. So to start out, I am going to go in with just a transition color that I'm going to put in my crease to go ahead and start this eye look. And for that, I'm going to go in with a just fluffy crease brush, and I'm going to be using this MAC 217 brush right here. And then I'm taking my Morphe 35OM palette, and I'm going to go in my crease with this warm color right here. So I'm just going directly into that with my brush, saturating my brush with that color, and I'm just going to go directly into my crease. I'm just going to now do the same thing on the other eye. So now I'm going to go over that color with the MAC Swiss Chocolate eyeshadow, and this is what it looks like. And I'm going to go into the pan with that same MAC 217 brush. I'm going to put this in my crease in the same area where I put the first transition color. I don't have a pink eyeshadow, so I'm kind of improvising. So obviously, to get the color pink, if you have a red shadow and a white, you can get pink out of it. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing. So now that I put down that MAC Swiss Chocolate color, I'm going to go over it with this red color that's right here. And then I'm going to be going over the top of that red color with this very pale white right here to get kind of the pink coloring that I'm looking for. I don't feel like in this picture The color that's in Elsa's crease is a true pink. I feel like it's a very warm red colored pink, so that's what I'm going to be trying to mimic. I'm just going to be first picking up that red color, and I'm just going to go in with the same MAC 217 brush right into this red color, and I'm going to place it in my crease. Okay, so now that I've put down that red color, I'm going to go over it with the white color in that Morphe palette that I pointed out to you guys. Now that I finished that color, I'm going to go and do the color that's on Elsa's lid, which is a very vibrant purple. So to do that, I am going to use a MAC shade stick that I have. It's just a purple shade stick. It's very purple. I'll do a swatch on the back of my hand so you can see. So there's the color right there. So that's what I'm going to be placing down on my lid before I apply the shadow. Now that I've finished putting the MAC purple shade stick on my eyelids, pretty much all over, I even went up into my crease a little bit, I'm going to go over that now with a purple shadow. This is also a MAC shadow. I've had this for a really long time. It is called Pandonium, and it has 4 colors in it, and I'm going to be going in with this color right here. It's very bright and purple, as you can see. I'm going to go into that with a shader brush, and I'm going to be using my MAC 230 shader brush right here. I'm just going directly into this with my shader brush, and I'm going to be applying this all over my lids, over the top where I placed the shade stick down. So now I'm going to be going over that purple MAC shadow with my Urban Decay Moondust palette, and this is in the color Magnetic. It is this color right here that I'm going to be going into with the same shader brush. I'm just going to be using the opposite side that is clean. I've done the purple on my lids. I know I look crazy, but Elsa's eyeshadow is not subtle. I'm going to go back over the red or pink area and buff it out a little bit more. So to give myself a really clean line, how she has, her line is very sharp where the red or pink color is above her purple shadow and her crease. And so I'm going to go in with a wet MAC 2, my number rubbed off and I can't read this. Looks like it's a 203, but it's rubbed off so I can't tell. But it's just a slanted, what most people would consider like what they use to do any type of gel liner or to fill in your brows. So that's what I'm going to be using. I'm going to make it wet with just some setting spray to just kind of go in and clean up this line and make it really thin and tight the way that Elsa's is. Okay, so now I've gone in and cleaned up the edges where it's a really sharp line. It's still blended, but it just is cleaner. I basically cleared out this area to be able to lay down the shadow I'm going to put under my brow like she has. She has very distinct lines. White or nude or basically the color of her skin, and then it's a thin line of the red pink tone color, and then her whole lid is that purple. So now I'm going to do my brows before I go in and do a color underneath them. So I'm going to go in with my Benefit Instant Brow Pencil in the color Medium, and that's this right here. So I'm just going to use the spoolie on the other end and brush my hairs out in the direction that I want them to lay to be able to place the product down. So I'm just going to fill in my brows really quick. This is nothing fancy, I'm just filling in my brows. So I didn't want to do too much on my brows. Elsa's are very thin. They are dark, but they're very thin. Looks like somebody's been over plucking their brows. Girl, you need to like lay off the pluck. That's pretty much all I'm going to do for my brows. I am going to lay the Anastasia clear brow gel down over the top of them so they stay put. So I'm just going to go over them with this really quick. So for the color underneath my brow, I'm just going to go in with this white color right here. It's not really white, it's more of a beige color, but I'm gonna go in with this right underneath my brow area. And I'm going to just be using a fluffy brush to do that. I'm just going to use this one right here. This is a MAC brush, and it's the number 224. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm going to be lining my eyes. She has hers very lined. She looks like she's got black eyeliner all the way around her eyes, and then she's tight lined her eyes, and the eyeliner is also in her water lines. So to be tight lining my eyes, I try to do it with a liquid liner, but it just isn't working great. So I'm gonna go in with my MAC Graph Black eyeliner, and I'm just going to be really trying to get the water line of my upper lid and in between my lashes to really get them really dark. I'm going back over that area a little bit with my NYX gel pencil liner, and this is the color Pitch Black. Now that I've tight lined my eyes, I'm going to go over on my upper lash line with a liquid liner, and I'm going to be using this e.l.f. black liquid liner. It has a really thin tip, so I'm just going to be lining my top lash line. Okay, so now that I've lined my upper lid with liquid liner, I'm going to go into the waterline of my lower lid with that same NYX gel pencil liner and line the waterline of my lower lid. Now that I've lined the waterline of my lower lid, she does have a little bit of, looks like the smudged pink color that's connecting up to where the pink color is buffed out a little bit on the outer corner of her eye. So I'm going to be doing that as well. It's a really, really thin line, so I'm gonna go in with that same brush that I use to clean up my edges to go underneath and place the reddish pink color, and I'm going to wet this so I get a really precise line. I'm just going to go in with that same red color here and white to get the more toned down red or pink color that I'm looking for. Okay, so I lined underneath my lash line with that red color. I think I'm just going to leave it. I didn't end up putting any white with it, and I'm just gonna smudge it out a little bit. And I did bring it out and connect it up with where the red is up here. And I brought it out to connect the two, and I'm going to buff that out just a little bit. Hers is really light, so I'm gonna be buffing this out quite a bit. So to buff that out, I'm going to be using the same MAC 210 brush that I used to go in this and darken it up a little bit. And I didn't bring that red pink color in all the way. I stopped right about here because that looks where Elsa stops for where the red is underneath her eyes. So that's pretty much it for the eyes other than mascara. So I'm just going to go put some mascara on, and you could use falsies for this if you want to, but I have pretty long, thick eyelashes, so I'm just going to be using mascara. I'm going to go in with my Maybelline, the falsies, and I'm going to then go over that with my Maybelline Pumped Up Colossal Mascara so I get a lot of volume. So I finished up my eyes, I put mascara on my upper and my lower lash line. I lightly dusted my lower lash line. She doesn't have really long lashes on her lower lash line, so I tried not to go too heavy on that and just keep it simple really under my eye area. So now I'm going to go and finish up the rest of my face. Elsa doesn't really have contouring going on. She pretty much just has what she has and goes with it. She owns it. I am going to put in a little bit, but not much. Like I said, I'm going to go in my Smashbox contour palette, and I'm going to go in with the contour color. That's this color right here. And to do that, I'm going to go in with just a tapered fluffy brush. And I'm just going to pick up the product and put it where you would normally contour your face. So that gave me a little bit of contour, so I'm just going to stick with that. I'm not going to do much of anything else. I'm not contouring my temples or any other part of my face. Her face is super pale, and so the more I contour, the more it's going to add color to my face, which I don't want to do because I will take away from this look. So now I'm just going to go in with some blush, and her cheeks are very pale pink, and I have this e.l.f. blush in the color Pink Passion. It looks very bright, but it actually takes a lot to work it up to be this color. I'm going to just use a really big fluffy brush. This is my Real Techniques brush, and it is a powder brush. And I'm just going to go directly into the e.l.f. blush. I'm just going to put this on the apples of my cheeks where Elsa has it and drag it up my face. That's all the color I want from that blush. I don't want very much. She doesn't have very much coloring, so that's all I'm going to do with that. Her face is very flat and matte. It doesn't look like she really has any type of like highlighter going on, so I'm not going to be doing that either. So for the lips, I'm first going to go in with my NYX lip liner, and this is the color Rose, and I'm just going to line my lips with this. So this is a very pinky color. It's a very light pink, but it's very pinky, at least on me, and I'm going to now go over that with my COVERGIRL Bombshell Pink lipstick. This is what it looks like. This is the color. Instead of directly applying the lipstick bullet to my lips, I'm going to take it off on my finger and rub it out, and I'm hoping that gives me kind of a lighter pink shade. I'm actually going to be dabbing it too. Her lips look like she more has like lip gloss on, so I'm gonna kind of go for that same effect. So I'm finished with my face. I'm gonna go off camera and do the Elsa braid that everyone knows about, and then I will be right back. I'm sorry I don't have time to do that. This video would last a really long time if I did the Elsa braid. So I'm gonna go do that and then I'll be right back. So I went off camera and did my braid. Here's kind of what it looks like. I think we nailed it, guys. I think we nailed it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making this. I wanted to do something for Halloween. It was really simple to do. It's something that I really feel like anybody could do, no matter your skill level. If you liked it, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.